One of the harshest truths about human nature is this: people often don't realize your value while you're constantly present. They notice it only after you're gone. Not because they suddenly became wiser. Not because you became more important overnight. But because human beings have a strange tendency to overlook what is always available. Think about it. The friend who always answers immediately. The person who is always willing to help. The employee who never says no. The partner who is constantly available. At first, these qualities are appreciated. But over time, something dangerous happens. People stop seeing them as privileges and start seeing them as expectations. This is where strategic absence becomes powerful. Because absence has a way of revealing truths that constant presence keeps hidden. And once you understand this psychological principle, you'll never chase attention, approval, or validation the same way again. Brain emoji, the hidden law: most people never notice human beings are remarkably adaptive. Whatever becomes predictable eventually feels ordinary. A beautiful house becomes normal. A high salary becomes expected. A luxury car becomes familiar. And sadly, people can treat your presence the same way. This isn't always malicious. It's simply how the brain works. The brain constantly seeks novelty. It pays attention to change, not consistency. This is why absence creates awareness. When something disappears, the brain suddenly notices the space it used to occupy. And this applies to people too. The coworker who always helped. The friend who always listened. The partner who always showed up. When they're constantly available, people rarely stop to appreciate their value. But when they're gone, the silence becomes impossible to ignore. Brain emoji, the first realization: over-availability destroys mystery. Many people unknowingly make themselves too available. They answer every message immediately. Accept every invitation. Drop everything for everyone. Always remain accessible. And while this sounds kind, it often creates a psychological problem. There is no mystery. No uncertainty. No scarcity. People know exactly where you'll be. Exactly how you'll respond. Exactly how much access they have to you. And human psychology rarely values what feels guaranteed. Think about the people who command respect naturally. They're not rude. They're not arrogant. But they have boundaries. Their attention isn't available on demand. Their time has value. Their energy has limits. And because of that, people treat their presence differently. Strategic absence teaches people something important: your attention is a privilege, not an entitlement. Brain emoji, the moment silence reveals the truth. One of the most uncomfortable experiments you'll ever conduct is becoming quiet. Stop initiating. Stop chasing. Stop carrying every conversation. Stop being the one who constantly reaches out. Then observe. Because silence exposes reality. Some people will notice immediately. Some people won't notice at all. And that difference tells you everything. Many relationships survive only because one person is doing all the work. One person sends every message. One person organizes every meeting. One person keeps the connection alive. The moment they stop, the relationship collapses. Not because silence destroyed it. Because silence revealed what was already there. This realization can be painful. But it can also be incredibly liberating. Because truth is always more valuable than illusion. Brain emoji, the power that comes from walking away. Most people fear distance. They fear being forgotten, ignored, replaced, overlooked. And because of that fear, they cling tighter. They chase harder. They explain more. They try to force importance. But power rarely comes from chasing. Power comes from self-respect. The ability to walk away from situations where your presence is not appreciated. Not out of anger. Not out of revenge. But out of understanding. Because psychologically strong people understand a simple truth: you cannot force people to value you. But you can stop placing yourself in environments where you're constantly undervalued. And often, the moment you stop chasing, people begin seeing what they were taking for granted. Brain emoji, the paradox of human attention. Here's something fascinating. Many people spend years trying to get noticed, trying to prove their worth, trying to convince others of their value. But the harder they try, the less effective it becomes. Why? Because value is rarely communicated through desperation. Imagine two individuals. One constantly seeks approval. The other quietly focuses on building their life. Who appears more confident? Who appears more valuable? Who commands more respect? Usually the second. Not because they're superior, but because they communicate abundance instead of need. And abundance is attractive. Psychologically, socially, professionally. Strategic absence is often a reflection of abundance. It tells the world, my life does not depend on your attention. And that changes how people perceive you. Brain emoji, the final transformation. The highest form of strategic absence has nothing to do with manipulating others. In fact, the moment you start using absence to get reactions, you've misunderstood its purpose. True strategic absence is about reclaiming your focus, your peace, your purpose, your energy. It's about investing less time chasing people, and more time building yourself, building your health, your skills, your goals, your future. Because something remarkable happens when you stop making other people the center of your world. You become more interesting, more confident, more independent. And ironically, people begin valuing your presence more. Not because you demanded attention, but because you're no longer dependent on it. Brain emoji, final reflection. Absence does not create value. It reveals it. The people who genuinely care will notice your silence. The people who respected only your convenience will disappear. And that difference is one of the most valuable lessons life can teach you. Because your presence was never meant to be available to everyone. Your attention is valuable. Your energy is valuable. And your time is valuable. Use them wisely. If this video changed your perspective, subscribe for more insights into human behavior, psychological strength, stoic wisdom, and the hidden laws of personal power. And remember, sometimes the loudest message you can send is your absence.